former Malay kingdom of Patani is composed of what are now the Thai provinces of Java, Patani and Marathawat. Insofar as people from other countries know anything about Patani, they know that it has a majority Muslim population in a country which is overwhelmingly Buddhist, while the wish to obtain independence from Thailand has led to the deaths of hundreds in an armed struggle that has intensified over the last couple of years. Much of the Malayan Peninsula is covered with quite difficult terrain, with mountains and forests preventing rapid travel and acting to keep historical states quite small, since it was not easy for rulers to establish large states over which their armies could not travel easily or at speed. As a result, most of the peninsula was occupied by a dozen or more small city-states, each of which waxed and waned over the course of generations, as leaders proved themselves better or less able to enforce their will over their rivals. Other factors such as geography and climate also had an impact in the rise and decline of states. The region was important in the international context because it occupied a vital position in linking the trading networks of India, Persia and the Mediterranean to the west with those of China, Japan and Java to the east. Since the detour around the southern tip of the peninsula was lengthy and subject to dangerous storms and the perennial threat of pirates in the Malaccan Straits, many traders preferred to stop on one side of the peninsula and have their goods carried physically across the narrow strip of land for shipment in another vessel on the other side. It was in this context that the state of Patani emerged. Like many of the states in island Southeast Asia, its rulers and then its people embraced Islam, and this led them into various societal and behavioral norms that differentiated them from non-Muslim people. Diet, dress and language were all affected. For example, as the Thai people created states further north and, breaking the power of the Khmers, began to extend their influence further south, they came into contact with Patani. Not all Siamese rulers were acquisitive in terms of territory, but many were, and Patani was forced to defend itself from a number of attempts at invasion. The distance that Thai armies had to travel and the difficulty of the terrain meant that it was not possible to conquer the smaller states until military technology improved. The arrival of the British and their seizure of both Malaya and Burma represented a very pronounced threat to the Siamese throne, since Siam became squeezed on all sides. The Malayan Peninsula became something of a buffer state between British and Siamese, and gradually the questionable territory in between was annexed by one side or another. In 1902, Patani finally came under formal control of the Siamese throne. The people of Patani feel not just that their independence has been taken from them, but that their traditions and history have been suppressed. Siamese, and now Thai, authorities have taken steps to try to integrate the kingdom into one people so as to facilitate rapid modernization and development. However, from the perspective of those being integrated, it can appear that their culture is being degraded and an alien one foisted upon them. This, combined with the invigorating force of radical Islam which has visited the region, has led to the especially violent nature of the current uprising.